Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Carnage and Crafts TV. I'm Laura. We've got Bunny next door ready to read your comments, questions, or anything at all. Get involved with the show. We have got the Floral Whispers Collection for you in this hour. So this is coming to you in a brand new colorway. But you get so much in here. Now again, this is on a show price for you. You can see it is $89.99 for this one. So an amazing price for this. $139.99 is the usual price. You get an amazing saving on this and something so unique and unusual on here. So you've got your 3D A-frame to start off with. I'm going to spin it around so you can see just how much you get in here. Now you might look at that and think, well, how does that make a card? We will show you as we go along, but you get so much in here. It's something so unique and unusual as well. And actually, I'll just show you quickly. That is the card shape that you will make. And the best thing about these as well is they do fold completely flat. But elements in there that you can use in your card making as well, away from that A-frame card shape too. Then you've got Left to Thrive. Look at these. I love how long the stems are on here because you can easily snip them down, but you know you can't make stems on florals larger. So if you've got big elements that you want to cover, these are perfect. They work with so many other collections as well. You've got lovely colours there that you can see, but obviously we have got a new colourway in here as well for you. So really usable ones again. And then you've got Amongst the Rockery, which is just such an essential one. These are perfect grounding elements. You've got the cutest little birds in there as well. You can see the nest and the eggs, but you've got all of your grounding elements. You've got your fruit plants there as well, so lots of elements there that you can bring in again with other collections too. Then you've got your lattice labels. I love these. I love that you've got that design coming off the corners. They just, it gives them almost movement. It flows, so they just fit in any spaces. You've got the diamond and the rectangle there, plus you've got those masonries to go in the center of them as well. Then you've got Loving Ornament. This is such a cute one. I don't know if we've got it here, but I remember on the launch, one of the design team members actually made a card, because this heart here, you can see you've got the mat, and they made a card from that, so that was the card base. And it was the cutest card ever. Then you've got your Repeated Beauty. I adore this. So you've got this shape. I'm going to turn around so you can see, because it is a lovely size. And then you can just add this in and design your own almost patterns or make your own backgrounds with these. They're great little tuck-ins as well. They could be corner pieces. They could go on your envelopes. But look at them, really pretty. That, when I look at that completely on its own, it's like, it almost looks really regal and antique-y. Do you know what? You could use that for Christmas as well. That could be a Christmas background. Yeah. Oh, you could get a bauble, a Christmas bauble, and decorate the, like, have that pattern in the bauble. Then you've got High and Low. So you've got your squirrels there, look. With the mats again, so you can bring them to the focal point, but you can see you've got one reaching up for his berries, and you've got the other one there as if he is actually on that frame. So I'm going to show you a couple of the frames first, just so you get an idea of how those frames actually come together. So we've got one here. Let me just pull that bit over there. There you go. So you can see, now these will fold completely flat. So you can see they pop up. Now you do get magnets included in this collection. So the magnets will fit on there and hold that together. And then you can see you've got your basket, which will hang. You have different lengths of string as well to add the basket onto. and then that will just fold down on itself, and it'll fold flat. Obviously it depends on how many layers you put in, but they will fold flat, so you can post those out as well. So they're great for that, because I know sometimes, you know, when you look at something like 3D, that can be, you know, something that we think of actually posting them out. And then we've got this one here, and you can see that one's got that heart popped in there. So you can see how that squirrel will actually sit on top of there as well. And then I've just got one more here with him there. How cute is that? That looks really summery as well, doesn't it? With the bits of the pops of red, really summery. So let's pop that there. And then now look at that with those tuck-in elements there. You've got your florals, really, really pretty. So you can see you could even use it on its own. Look, that actually pops. Oh, so that basket's actually hanging, but in the cards there's another way of using that one. We've got this one here. So that trellis, the A-frame, you can see how they've used, who did this? So is used the actual frame almost as the background, which is a really nice idea. And then I've got one here by Pam. It's so cute. I love how, look, he's holding on to the little label there as well, and you can see him grabbing his fruit. Really, really lovely one. And then, oh, I've got one more of those A-frames here. Should we do the other box later, so let's put them back in there so you can see how they come, but they just look so effective. And one of the things I love about these is they look really difficult to make. They look really intricate, but they're actually incredibly easy to pop together. So let me go over to the boards so you can see exactly what these look like. So let's pop these here. So these, this is the original colorway. Yeah. Right, but we're going to go through. Right, so we're going to start off with the card shape. So these parts here, these are the hanging baskets. So the one I just showed you, where you've got that basket hanging like that. So you've got your basket hanging down, so you can see you've got different lengths, different styles of that basket hanging down. So that's how, what you're going to use them for. Obviously these are your side pieces that come up, and you can see you've got two different designs in those, which I adore, because I feel like this one looks more almost like, it looks like twigs, it looks a lot more natural, whereas this one's like trellis design. And then this part here is that pop-up element, which allows us, so like this one, to build in the center. So that's gonna still fall flat, but that allows us to be able to have that stand up in the center of that to actually frame it. So that's stood there in the middle. So that's that pop-up element for you. Then we've got your basket. So these could be the hanging baskets, these could be your flower pots on the bottom, and you've got these vines as well. You can use these to go up the trellises. You could use these on the ropes of the hanging basket, so it looks like the foliage is going up onto the rope. And then this is your base. So you've got matte layers here that you can add in. Obviously you've got that pop-up element as well, so you can bring that in there, but this is what you're going to use for your base. Okay. Right, then we've got Left to Thrive. So you've got your stunning flowers on here. Now, like I said, this is the original. I'm just looking what colour mine are to see. See, like these are blue, whereas mine is like a peach colour and like a light pink. So is this the new one? Because I think there was two of these, wasn't there, at the start? I don't know. That's different. This is more like, that's more pinky, so that's slightly different. I'm just trying to see what I've got this. We'll have a look when we go through them anyway, but we'll point them out. But your foliage, you can see you've got so much on you. If you watch the earlier shows, you know, I use some of these in the earlier show, but they're so lovely. Like I said, the fact that you've got those long stems as well is perfect, because even if you want to build them up in the basket, you know, you can easily snip into them. But then if you want to build them up like in the flower pot or anything like that, you've got those long stems, so you can make them as big as you want it. So great to have them like that. It gives us more options when we're working with them. Then you've got amongst the rockery, so you've got your fruit trees, you've got your grass, you've got the nest there with the birds, you've got those adorable birds in there. Oh, mine must be, because the birds are different. Look. There you go. So you can see how they're different. You've got your rocks in there, so great grounding elements as well. Plus you've got your grass in there, so really nice one to be able to build that scene up with. Then you've got your lattice labels. So I use these a lot in the earlier shows. I love these. The fact that you've got that design that comes off the corners, it works so well. You can pop this anywhere and it kind of fits into your layout of how you're building your card together. It really does. And because you've got that bit coming off the edges, it softens the shape. It's not so harsh on the eye. So these are lovely ones to just have and use again and again with. Obviously that's going to work with any collection at all you could use that with. And then you've got your high and low. So you've got your adorable squirrels there, look, that you can mix in. So these will really easily fit in with your scenes as well, because you know you can have him, you know, picking the fruit. You can have him sitting on the basket. So you can have him like, so he's sat on that. You can have him sat in the house, sat on the rock. You know, they just work really, really well. So you can build these in to your other elements. Then you've got your repeated beauty. I do love this. I think it's just such a lovely design. I do think there's something regal about it. I can imagine it in like mirror cards as well. Great for your backgrounds. You could do your faux embossed effects with these, but obviously cut these out multiple times and then you can just build up your own designs and your own patterns with those ones. Then you've got your loving ornament. This I think is so lovely. Again, something you can use for so many different occasions. This could be a wedding card, engagement card, a anniversary card. You have the mat for this as well. Like I said, one of the design team members did make a card out of this heart, which was just so adorable when we actually launched this. I'm just having a quick look to see if it's in the other box so I can show you. But there's so many different ways that you can use that. It does look great, like we showed you in the A-frame as well. Oh, it's not. But yeah, you can really mix and match these up. Right, let me just leave that there, otherwise I'm going to make more of a mess. Right, but that is everything that you're going to get in that Floral Whisper collection. So you can see it is on an amazing show price for you. Don't forget, you are also going to get your magnets included as well. You do get them with the collection, obviously, to work with the A-frame too. So you are going to get a pack of the magnets. You get 30 magnets in there, so, and they are the thinnest, strongest magnets ever. So they are great for going under mats and layers because you don't know they're there. They're so thin that they just disappear into the mats and layers, but you are going to get that with them as well. But don't forget, that is going to go back up at midnight tonight. So if you do want to get that show price of $89.99, today is the day to get that. And obviously you are in your free P&P mark with that one as well. So if there's anything else on the website that you think you want to add into your basket, now would be the time to do it. Take advantage of that free P&P. And don't forget, we did tell you earlier, but I'm just going to quickly mention it once now. On Friday, the standard P&P is going to go up to $3.95. $3.95. You know, it's just, you know, unfortunately, it's just one of those things. It has to go up. So you've got the next, what is it? I don't know what day it is. Wednesday, Tuesday. You got the next two and a half days to take advantage of that P&P before the price goes up. Right, I'm going to start with the A-frame first so we can show you exactly how these are made. If you missed the launch of this, or maybe you just want to refresh, or maybe you didn't see it before. So we're going to start with that. So we're going to start with the base first of all. Okay, so I cut 2 of these. It's just the way I find it easier, right? So we're going to have 2 of these to start off with. This is our base. Then you are going to get 2 of your A-frames. So I've got 1, where's the other one? And 2. So I've gone with this design, the one that I said it almost looks more natural. It's more like a, I don't know, I just really like that one. It makes me think of like twigs. Like really pretty. So what you're going to do with these is now the way I find it easiest to do this is to put it on the mat, and you put one on one side and you put one on the other side, and what you want, because obviously this is a slightly angle, what you want to make sure is that these are kind of in line, so they're going the right way. Like if I put that one there, see that side straight, so it goes that way. So if I flip that now and I put it there, it's going the same way. It's going at the same angle. So you need to make sure that they go the same way. Does that make sense? So they're both going the same way, so they will fold flat. Right, so we're going to pop some glue onto these. So you've got your tabs, you can see on the bottom. Your score lines are obviously in the die for you, so you don't need to go grabbing your scoreboard for them or measuring anything. That is in the die for you, so you don't need to worry. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Come on there. And then that is going to go on there. Now what I find easiest is just to fold it. And then I can see I've got a nice little gap on the top, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then just make sure that we've got a nice even gap. So if I hold that down, that's going to go there. There you go. So they will set like that. So now you can see you've got score lines here on the top as well. So what you can do is add magnets into them if you want, or you could, for me, I think it depends what you're doing with it. Like if you're giving it as a gift or something, then you could possibly glue it. Like if you, obviously if you're going to send it in the post, then you'd want it to fold flat, so magnets would be the way to go. I think it just depends what you're going to do with it. Right, now the 2 that I cut out, the only reason I've cut 2 out, like you can see, I'm just popping the other mat on top of the other one. So all that's going to do is obviously cover where those tabs have gone, and it just helps support that bit as well. Just got that layer there on top of it to help that be supported. So that will now go like that, and they will just come together at the top like that. So essentially, as hard as that was to stick 3 things together, you've essentially made your frame already, and that looks so pretty. And that's it, absolutely, and that's it. It could be done. There you go. So that's your card complete. Essentially, that's your card base done. All we're going to do now is just decorate it. So that's as difficult as that A-frame is to actually make. Right, do you want me to show you how I'd put the magnets in, or should we just decorate? Do the magnets. Right, now what, if you are going to do the magnets, one thing you can do is obviously you can pop them in here. So one thing I did was, when I cut these out, obviously they're the mirrored vignettes. So pop your glue on to about there, and don't glue this bit. So when you've cut these out, these are still loose, and you could put your magnet in between there so you can't see it at all. Okay, so you could do that. Now one of the things that I was doing also was you could add them on the top. So do you know, if you put the lattice sentiment on the top, so you could do it like that, and then have your sentiment there on there. Now for this one, I am going to pop them like, actually, no, actually just doing it. Right, now your magnet, oh, I haven't got that many left, like. So they come to you in a box. I'm going to show you the new ones so you can see how many you get, because you get a lot in here. So you've got all of your magnets in there, so you can see, and they come to you like that. Now they come in this box, which is amazing because you're not going to lose any. But when they come, they'll all be like that, stuck to each other. Now the best thing I can say to you, because if you try and pull these apart, honestly, they are so strong, you will not be able to pull them apart at all. So what you want to do is almost just like slide it, and it comes straight away. But look how strong these are. Slide, absolutely fine. It will just come away straight away. But if you try and pull it, it is not gonna budge at all. So just get your finger and just, it's bad to show you, but no. So you're just going to grab the top one and just slide, and it's done. Okay, so we're going to go in with the magnet first. So I'm going to, let's grab some red liner tape. I'm going to add some onto here. Right, so let's move that so you can see. We'll add a little bit of red liner tape. We'll do it on the bottom, so you can see. Right, pop that there, and then take that off, and then we'll pop a magnet on that like that. So then that will go like that. Now one of the things I like to do if I'm doing something with a magnet is, let me just close that so I don't lose it. Look, they're so strong. They are honestly so strong. Considering when you think of how small they are, you know, you don't expect it really to be that strong, do you? Right, so what I do when I'm adding magnets onto something, so this magnet now is obviously just connected because of the magnet on the bottom. So what I like to do is connect the magnets together, you know, by the magnet, so you know that the magnet is in the right place. And then put the tape on and then connect that to the magnet. So instead of me putting tape on here and then trying to position the magnet in the right place by me. Oh, come on, tape. So because this one's glued on, that one now is just there because of that magnet. See, I can pull it off. So by me doing that, that magnet is in the right place now. It's connected to the other one. So now if I just line up the cardstock like that, so I'm not worrying about that magnet. I know that magnet now is in the perfect place. So we've done the magnet, we've done the card base. That is as complicated as it is, which is not complicated at all. Really, really easy to do. Right, so now we're going to do the middle bit. So we're going to do this bottom part next. Okay, so you've got that pop-up element. I love that this is in that same kind of colorway as the, like, it's like the wood in the basket and things like that. So it doesn't stand out. It's not just white. Now you can see, look, you've got score lines in here. So all you're going to do is just fold along these score lines, like so. So we're just going to fold them and fold this one as well. So this one that you folded back on itself, that is what's going to sit on the bottom to hold that up for us to decorate this part that gives us that, obviously, that pop-up element. So let's add some glue on there. That's going to go on there. I would leave these a lot longer, but obviously for speed. And then I think I'll put this like that, so it's kind of at an angle. Right, and then you glue that down onto there. Now, the lovely thing with this, because of that element there, you can see now this will just fold in on itself. Either way makes no difference. So that will fold flat, and then because of that element there, this will fold back on itself, so it'll fold completely flat. So for your postage again, and you can see that just pops back up. Okay. Right, let's go from the front inwards. I feel we should do it that way. So if I do it like that, and then you can see each area then as we do it. Right, so I'm going to do this bit first. So let's grab some glue, and I've got some of this long grass to start off with. So let's pop some glue on there, and that is just going to sit there like that. And let's get some of our amongst the rockery. I'm going to bring some of these in. I think these are so lovely. They look really textured as well, don't they? The shade in on there. They look very realistic. So let's add these in. I'm going to have to change my pin flare now. I'm running out of foam tape, running out of pin flare. Don't know what I'm doing today. No. Right, let's put that there. And then I'm going to put that one on there as well, just to bring that out a bit more. Right, and then we're going to bring in, now I've had to bring him in, Bodger the Badger. So if you missed this, these were from our Getting Cozy collection, which was on the first two shows this morning. So if you missed it, you can jump back, you can watch it on catch up and watch the shows from earlier. So we've got them there. Now I'm going to bring, now I want to just build up on obviously that grass that's behind him there. So what I'm going to do is just build on that. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And let's tuck that in there. And I'm kind of just going to work my way up this frame and add some more elements into it. So let's cut that down. But you can just have so much fun building these up, and because you could add in as much or as little onto these as you wanted. They are so incredibly detailed. Let's add that in there. Oh no, let's bring that down a bit. Put that there. And just keep building these. Right, I'm going to put a couple more quickly in there, and then we'll move on to the next bit. But can you just see how quickly they really do come alive? Like that could just be, you could easily just have that on like a DL card on its own, pop a sentiment there, and that could be your card complete. You don't need to go in and make the frame, you know, every single time. You can use them just in your card making as well. So we're going to pop that. I'll cut that down a bit more. And that's going to just go there. And then that is just going to go there like that. Right, so we've got the front. So when I hold that up now, that is the front bit done. So let's pop that there like that. Right, now let's do this part here. So for this bit, we are going to build this up around the, it's like a plant basket, planter. So we're going to build this up. So let's add some of the rocks on the side. I'm going to add some grass. And now the lovely thing with this is, for me, when I look at these, you've got different layers. So I will always add some in the front and some in the back. It makes no difference when you put it down. But once you've got it up, obviously you've got that gap in between the front and the back. So it does add in. Let's. Ooh! Can you see that? There you go. Right, let's do it upside down. Right, so we've got that there. And then we're going to bring in some of those plants. So we've got our strawberries. Oh, that edge bit does not want to stick. No. Right, so we've got strawberries. Let's add these in. Oh yeah, I think, weren't they? Yes, because they're different as well. They're red. They're red berries for Christmas, Bunny. Yeah, because in the original one, they're blue. So we got that there, and then we're going to bring in, what else are we going to bring in there? Let's add this in as well. Add that there. Fill that up a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one of these little rocks in front. I'm going to put that there, like that. I think this needs more glue on it. Right, so I'm going to add that there. pop that on, and then what I'm going to do is add in the birds. So I'm going to put this one here like that. Yeah, put him there. And then I'm going to put this one there. Oh, I've moved him. He's fine. There, like that. Right, so now if I lift that up, just so you can see, that will stand. So you've got that scene in the middle, and then I have got stuff as well to do the rest. Should I just show you? Let me just show you the hanging basket bit, so you know how to do this bit. So when you cut out the rope elements, can you see you've got 3 little, oh, do we go down? There, can you see it? So you've got 3 little lines there. So what I find easiest to do, okay, is to just grab your poke tool, pop that in the center and just wrap it round. Then grab your tweezers, hold to those cut lines. So the cut line stops where my tweezer ends. The cut line on my tweezer line are there, and then you just open these out. So it is flat, but you've essentially kind of like pinched the middle bit. Can you see? Oh, can you see how that just stands up? So you've got that, just that valley there. So you've got that. That's there. That is how you pop that in. Now, the other thing you can do is obviously put the magnet on there and then put that one on there. So like if I just glue that on there so you can see, that will fit on there like that. Now, if you've got a magnet on there like I have, use red liner tape, or you're gonna have to leave that set. Like if I try and move that now, it's just gonna slide everywhere, but it's fine. So that'll go on there, and then this will work in exactly the same way, but you've got your elements there then, so you can then bring in your basket. Just put that down. So you can now bring that in, and then those dots will just glue on there like that and fit on, and then you've got your basket then to decorate as well. Do you want me to show you what I was going to do with the basket bunny? Because I know you're going to love this. I was going to put my basket there, and I was going to add in some nice little bits there. Okay, wait there. And that in there, like that. Are you ready? Wait. Ah! How cute is he? Oh, look at his little feet. I know. He looks so cute in there, doesn't he? So yeah, mix these up. They would be lovely baby cards, wouldn't they? They're so, so cute. But you've got that. You've got the nest as well. So obviously you can use just the nest on its own. Obviously you can use the basket on its own and just add in your florals in there and make like a flower basket. But you've got the nest in there as well. So you could add the nest in to make it like a little nest. And you've even got little eggs as well. So you could add little eggs into there as well and build that up too. So you've got the basket there. So you can then bring that in. Obviously you could just have it without the basket, but you can bring that into there as well if you want. So just to show you, that is how you'd connect the basket part to your A-frame. And then obviously you've got the option then of decorating the back as well. So you can decorate this side too. But just a nice one to show you. So I hope that explains it, because I do think that when you look at that A-frame, it looks so impressive that it looks really complicated, but it's really, really not. It's really, really simple to make, and you can see how sturdy that is. And obviously you've got that lovely part of that as well, that it does fold flat. So even if you're posting these out, you can still post them because that'll still fold flat, which is amazing. But that is the A-frame. Obviously I've got other elements in there as well, but that is using the A-frame card shape that you've got there in the collection. You've got your Left to Thrive in there as well. So those are the florals that we use to decorate that A-frame. You've got your Amongst the Rockery, so you just see me use elements from there. You've got your lattice labels, which I'm going to be using in my next demo as well. You've got your Loving ornament. You've got your Repeated Beauty, plus you have your High and Low in there as well. So that there's so much in there to have a go with, and you get, to be fair, you're getting so much in there as well for that show price that it's on at the minute. So you're getting a really, really good deal with that one there. Right, now I am going to use something a bit different. Now these are the flowing edge card shapes. These were on the show with the Floral Whispers, so they will be available on the website for you. We don't have them in the show, but they are available in a multitude of different shapes. I'm using the square at the minute, but you get the oval, the circle, the DL. There's a mix of different shapes in there for you to get. I think these are just really, I think there's something really different, because you've got almost like that skinny aperture in the frame, which I just think works really well. So I've got the base made out of them, and then I've got 2 sheets of these that I want to put together, because I wanted these edges to be really bold. I wanted them to really stand out. So we're going to do 2 layers of this, and I am using our hammered cardstock, our new card, which is my new favourite. By next week, Bunny will be sick of me saying the hammered card. I thought I'd give her a change, because at the minute I think she's sick of me using certain sentiments. So I thought, oh, give her a change. She's saying no in my ear, but she's not convincing me. Right, so we're going to layer those up. So I just want that edge to be really bold. So we've got them there. So that is going to sit there. Like the edge, I just think it's something really different. I really like it. Looks really unusual, I think. Right, let's add a bit of tape on here. So let's move this and grab the 1, 2, and 3. So let's add this in there, and then I've got another layer to add in. Come on, there. Right, so that is going to go on there, and then I've just raised that up with a bit of foam tape. So that's there, and then we're going to go in with another layer. So I've got the craft card, so just same colorway that I've done obviously in that layer already. We're just going to do the same on top. So that's going to go on there like that. And then let's add a bit of tape on here just to raise this up. So we got 1, I thought I cut that a bit too long then. Alright, let's see if these ones play ball. There, so that is just going to go there like that. So that just looks, I don't know, there's just something really unusual about it. I love that you've got so much of the colour coming through from underneath as well. You know, it's not just the outline, you've got that colour coming through from there. Now that pop-up element that I showed you with the A-frame, I am going to use that on my card. Okay, so more or less exactly the same way. Okay, so I'm going to just glue those tabs together. Now, like I said, the score lines are in the die. You don't have to get your scoreboard out or try scoring these. Everything is in the die for you. And what we're going to do is I am going to glue this part on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of our rocks, and I'm going to put that there so it just slightly comes out of that layer, and this one, so that's going to go there, and then we'll put that one there as well. Right, so now this time what I'm going to do is glue that side on there like that. Just give that a push down, and then our planter is going to go there. So that is now stood out. Okay, so we're going to add that in. Let's add that way. Yeah, because that's different size. So let's flip that around. We're going to add that there, like that. Put glue onto this so I don't glue somewhere that I don't need it. And then that is going to sit there like that. And we're going to put this, I think. There like that. So if I just lift that up, can you see, look how much that stands out? But obviously that'll still fold flat, but that pops up like that. So you can use them on your cards as well. So we've got that there, and then we're gonna just build, actually let's put the sentiment in first so I know where the sentiment is going to land. So I've got the lattice labels for this, so I'm just going to put a little bit of foam on the back of there. So I've got the rectangle ones. You can see, look at that design. It really does just make the shape flow really lovely. So this is going to go there like that, and then so I've got the layer in next, and in the earlier show with the Getting Cozy collection you also get a stamp set with this, so I've used that stamp set for this. So it says well wishes and warm hugs. So the sentiment is from the stamp set that we had on the Getting Cozy collection. That is going to go there like that. So I've got the sentiment. So now I know that I want to build up, and I've purposely put it so that the larger side of the lattice is going here because I want to build up here. So I'm kind of evening the card out. So now I'm just going to go in with our elements. So this one, I've put the glue on the back because I'm going to cut, where's other? I'm going to cut that little bit off and I'm going to stick this on the inside so that looks as if it's coming out of the pot. And then let's add some of our fruit in. So I've got my strawberries. So let's add them in. I knew them ones, Bunny. Strawberries. Berries. I just said to Bunny, I was like, oh god, it's so good. I know they were strawberries. And then Bunny instantly went, what are the berries called? And I said, berries. Berries. Oh, see, she doesn't even know. She's just trying to catch me out. Berries. Don't have a clue. Berries, berries. Right, now I'm going to add a couple of flowers in this one as well. So I'm going to just snip that down a little bit. Let's add that in there. And add another one. So I'm just kind of just randomly putting them in just to space them out a bit. And then I think we'll put this one at the front if I cut that quite short. And then we'll put that on there at the front. So just build that up. And then we're going to bring our little dog. Should we put him in there? Oh, I think he goes in there. I think he looks cute in there. So we'll bring him in. Pop him. He's like nestled in there, look. Right, so we got that there. And then we're going to bring the squirrel in. Again, this is from the earlier show. So mix and match these up. Now, I didn't want him to be like that. So what I've done is I've cut it so I can just bring his tail down a bit. So it kind of comes out this way more. So never be afraid to go in and snip into your dies. I think Carnation, they really look at how snippable their designs are. They always have those cut lines there. You just follow them. There's no fussy cutting. You're just following those lines. So we've got, yeah, I think we're happy with that one. But let me just lift that up just so you can see. Oh, there you go. You can see it there. Look how high up that is. So you do get a lot of depth just using that pop-up element. So do keep it out because you will use it in your card making as well, not just with that A-frame. Look, oh, he's just so cute. So really easy to do. So you can see you could even do the exact same thing. So like I showed you with that A-frame, you could pop that A-frame on a DL card and that could be your card complete. You know, it does almost make me think of like a garden trellis design. So you could absolutely use it like that. You could use it with other collections as well. It's such a lovely collection. Obviously, we do have the new colorway today as well. So if you already have this, obviously you can go ahead and download that new colorway. If you've never had this before, obviously you were getting it at an amazing show price, which is going to go up at midnight. Is it midnight? No, it's not midnight tonight, is it? Either Thursday or Friday, Bunny's saying she's not sure. But even if you are getting it today or tomorrow on that amazing show price, you're going to get 2 colorways to work with straight away, which is absolutely amazing. So you can see such a lovely... Do we do them over there or here? Do them for here. Right, let me grab that other box. so I can show them. So let me grab some cards so you can see some card ideas with these. So you can see Vera did that one. That's such a lovely one. That's like going completely away from the colorways I would have thought of as well, you know. Really, really lovely one. Using the basket. Look, oh, Vera did this one as well. Look at that, with the basket in the center. Really, really lovely. There's something so different as well. Honestly, there's so many different ways that you can just mix and match these up. Oh, there you go. That's a lovely way to show you. Sue did that, using that A-frame look on your actual cards and just decorating it on to the card. How pretty does that look? You've got your bird here building up those flowers. How pretty is that? Sue did that one. That is so pretty. If I seen that, I wouldn't have thought that came from the same collection. With those colorways, it looks completely different, doesn't it? And then I got one here by Pam. Look at this one. So we got that one there. And then I've got one more card. Oh. This one by Vera. Look at that. He's picking some flowers to make perfume. Bunny will be too young to remember that as well. Aren't you? Yes, she is. She's too young to remember that as well. Well, you make me feel old, Bunny. Don't forget that, now that does bring us to the end of the show, but do not forget that from Thursday to Sunday, we're allowed to say now, aren't we? Carnation and Crafts will be at the NEC. So they are busy getting ready now to go down to the NEC. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you over the next 4 days there. So do come over and say hello if you are going to the NEC. Dawn will be on Hobby Maker with Floral Whispers at 2 and 7 on Thursday. And then me and Dave will be back with Bunny on Monday for a brand new launch. So hopefully we will see you in the NEC, or we will... Oh, right, the NEC, we are stand B38. Is that right? Yes. B38 is the Carnation Crafts stand. And I've seen some of the things that they're getting ready as well, so there will... There's lots of good offers that they are bringing there. So hopefully we'll see you then. If not, we will see you back here with me and Dave on Monday. Bye.